Article number 1, Pro-King. We have already seen that all power is of God. The ruler, adds St. Paul, the first pope and one of Jesus' disciples, is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Romans 13. Rulers then act as the ministers of God and as his lieutenants on earth. It is through them that God exercises his empire. So the royal throne is not the throne of a man, but the throne of God himself. It appears from all this that the person of the king is sacred, and that to attack him in any way is sacrilege, going against the church. They are by their very office the representatives of the divine majesty deputed by Providence for the execution of his purpose. Kings should be guarded as holy things, and whosoever neglects to protect them is worthy of death. There is something religious in the respect according to a king. The service of God and the respect for kings are bound together. St. Peter unites these two duties when he says, "Fear God, honor the king." The royal power is absolute. The king need render account of his actions to no one. Where the word of a king is, there is power. Without this absolute authority, the king could neither do good nor repress evil. It is necessary that his power be such that no one can hope to escape him. And finally, the only protection of individuals against the public authority should be their innocence. This conforms with the teaching of St. Paul. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good. God is infinite. God is all. The king as king is not regarded as a private person. He is a public personage. All the state is in him. The will of all the people is included in his, as all perfection and all strength are united in God, so all the power of individuals is united in the person of the prince. What grandeur that a single man should embody so much. The power of God makes itself felt in a moment from one extremity of the earth to another. Royal power works at the same time throughout all the realm. It holds all the realm in position as God holds the earth. Should God withdraw his hand, the earth would fall into pieces. Should the king's authority cease in the realm, all would be in confusion. Look at the king and his cabinet. Then go out the orders which cause the magistrates and the captains, the citizens and the soldiers, the provinces and the armies, on land and on sea, to work in concert. He, the king, is the image of God who, seated on his throne high in the heavens, makes all nature move. Finally, let us put together the things so great which we have said about royal authority. Behold an immense people united in a single person. Behold his holy power, paternal and absolute. Behold the secret cause which governs the whole body of the state, contained in a single head. You see the image of God in the king, and you have the idea of royal majesty. God is holiness itself, goodness itself, and power itself. In these things lies the majesty of God. In the image of these things lies the majesty of the king. So great is the majesty that it cannot reside in the king as in its source. It is borrowed from God, who gives it to him for the good of the people, for whom it is good to be checked by superior force. Something of divinity itself is attached to kings and inspires fear in the people. O kings, exercise your power then boldly, for it is divine and salutary for humankind. But exercise it with humility. You are endowed with it from without. At bottom, it leaves you feeble. It leaves you mortal. It leaves you sinners and charges you before God with a very heavy account.